As general manager of the Deseret News Press, Tom Monson worked closely with the brethren, printing books and other church materials. When President David O. McKay asked him to come to his office on October 3, 1963, Tom thought of all the church orders that were in process and what he could report. But the meeting had nothing to do with what was running on the presses. That fall afternoon, President McKay extended a call for Thomas S. Monson to serve in the Quorum of the 12 Apostles. The next morning, at General Conference, Tom made the long walk to the stand. He was 36, the youngest man called to the apostleship in 53 years.
I pledge my life, all that I may have. I will strive to the utmost of my ability to be what you would want me to be. I am grateful for the words of Jesus Christ, our Savior, when he said, I stand at the door and knock. If any man hear my voice and open the door, I will come in to him. I earnestly pray, my brothers and sisters, that my life might merit this promise from our Savior.
For decades, across the country and abroad, Elder Monson reorganized stakes, spoke to congregations, toured missions, and dedicated lands for the preaching of the gospel. At church headquarters, he chaired committees and worked tirelessly in a host of other assignments. But no matter his personal workload, he always reached out to rescue the lonely and bereft, the unnoticed and unrecognized.
I have known you and Francis, some of your family, for many years now, and have always been struck by the tremendous devotion all of you have to the betterment of other people, to the enrichment of our community and of the greater world. So many times I've heard you say, we can't let the hungry stay hungry, the homeless homeless, or those without clothing naked. We have to do everything we can together to help those people, and so you have.
For 20 years, Elder Monson supervised church work in nations behind the Iron Curtain. In 1968, he stood at the pulpit in a war-damaged warehouse in Görlitz on the Polish border. The members had no patriarch, no church materials, no wards or stakes, no buildings, no mission, and no temple. Elder Monson felt prompted to promise
that if you are true and faithful, every blessing that any member of the church enjoys in any other land will be yours.
It took 20 years, but the Lord has fulfilled that promise in every way.
Wie stark Sie das Zeugnis gaben.
You bore such a strong testimony and described a future to us marked by optimism, especially for this part of Germany. It impressed me so much, and I learned something very important on this day that helped me all my life. That is, we can be optimists. Second, the gospel is always a gospel of joy.
In 1985, Elder Monson was called by President Ezra Taft Benson as second counselor in the first presidency. He later served as second counselor to President Howard W. Hunter and as first counselor to President Gordon B. Hinckley. For 22 years, his tireless efforts as a member of the first presidency would bless the church and the world.
To this audience tonight, I'd like to say in tribute to President Monson, of all the things that we could say and should say, let me say at least this much, that for this half a century of his service, coming up on 50 years, no one that I know has ever worked harder, worked longer hours, gone more places, sought out more people, taken the extra load and the extra assignment and the extra travel to fulfill his calling than has Thomas S. Monson. He has worked so hard, he has given so much, he has been so devoted, so totally devoted to this calling. And I can say for all of the members of the Quorum of the 12 that he has set a high standard. He has set a very, very lofty goal for all of us who have tried to follow along in his footsteps, to serve anywhere near that well, to work anywhere near that hard, and to go anywhere near that far.
In 2008, after a lifetime of discipleship to the Lord and devoted service to others, Thomas Spencer Monson was ordained, set apart, and sustained the 16th President of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Elder Henry B. Eyring and Elder Dieter F. Uchtdorf were called to serve as his counselors and stand faithfully by his side today.